Hey everyone, we're back again with continuing education. I am Minister James Moss, and this is our study in the book of Acts. We're in chapter 28. We're going to cover verses 11 through 16 in this particular video. This one is Paul arrives at Rome. This is going to be fairly short. All right, so let's just jump to it. The last leg of Paul's journey to Rome was almost anticlimactic. Smooth sailing, a warm reception by some Italian believers, his own private lodging. The stage was now set for Paul to begin ministering in the most influential city in the world. All right, verses 11 through 16. And I'm going to mark that so I don't go past it because it'll be easy to run past that. All right, and here we go. And after 3 months, we departed in a ship of Alexandria, which had wintered in the isle, whose sign was Castor and Pollux. And landing at Syracuse, we tarried there 3 days. And from thence we fetched a compass and came to Rhegium, and after 1 day the south wind blew, and we came the next day to Puteoli, where we found brethren and were desired to tarry with them 7 days. And so we went toward Rome, and from thence, when the brethren heard of us, they came to meet us far as Apiforum. The 3 taverns, whom when Paul saw, he thanked God and took courage. And when we came to Rome, the centurion delivered the prisoners to the captain of the guard, but Paul was suffered to dwell by himself with a soldier that kept him. All right. And away we go. 11 and 12. Ships began sailing again between mid-February and mid-March, depending on the weather. Sailing vessels often would be named in honor of certain deities. These deities were thought to serve as protectors and would be called upon in times of trouble. The twin gods referred to the sons of Zeus, the patrons of navigation. Their constellation Gemini was considered by sailors to be a sign of good luck. The Alexandrian ship was also likely a grain ship. It promptly arrived in Syracuse, the chief city of Sicily. Rhegium is modern-day Reggio on the toe of Italy. Puteoli is now called Pozzuoli, and is located in some 150 miles south of Rome. Situated in the Bay of Naples, Puteoli was the preferred point of entry for Alexandrian wheat ships. At Puteoli, Paul and his colleagues found some believers and stayed with them for 7 days. Verse 15, the believers in Rome heard about Paul's imminent arrival, probably due to messengers sent by the believers in Puteoli. Eager to meet and greet the apostle, and an entourage headed south and intercepted Paul's party at the Forum on the Appian Way, a town about 43 miles from Rome. A second welcoming committee of Roman believers encountered Paul at the 3 taverns, 35 miles south of Rome. Paul's entrance to Rome was more like a victor's triumphal entry than a prisoner's march. A tavern was a shop or place that provided food and lodging for travelers. The Appian Way, a main thoroughfare for Rome from the south, featured many such inns. Paul was grateful for this warm Italian reception. He thanked God and took courage. At last, Paul arrived in verse 16. At last, Paul arrived in Rome, the most influential city on earth. This was the fulfillment of a long-time desire. Paul's private lodging was a rented house. Though guarded around the clock by a soldier, Paul had much more freedom than a typical prisoner. All right, and so that does it where Paul arrives. He's being greeted in ways by believers. He's finally seeing some semblances of comfort and civilization, being able to lodge, have food and warmth and just kind of take a breather, take a breather. After all that Paul has gone through, you would know, man, just a moment of just pure just relaxation probably did him good, and like I said, he thanked God and took courage. All right, so that wraps up this video. All right, we have one left and we're done with the book of Acts. All right, until next time, God bless you, God keep you, and as always, continue to study.